Don't agree with him losing. Not a fan of you complaining because Maul finally lost a fight. Not a fan of me complaining. Okay, well, I mean, you don't have to be a fan of me having opinion, but...
It's been a while since I've even spoken about Star Wars, but I've been saving my thoughts from Maul Shadow Lord for the end of the show. And this morning I was watching Star Wars Theory stream after I finished watching the episodes myself, and I came across this moment, and I thought, you know what, I don't get involved in situations like this, and it was dealt with anyway, but the situation is really stupid. I'm not really gonna talk about it too much because I want to express my opinion, but the whole situation stems from the episode 7 fight between Maul, Marok, and the 11th brother, which Maul loses. And basically Star Wars 3 said, there's no shot Maul should have lost this fight. Which there isn't. I don't even think that's an opinion. I think, objectively, Maul should not lose to either of these Inquisitors. They are both fodder to a character like Darth Maul. And then the take that followed was that Darth Maul doesn't lose enough. I think Darth Maul's the biggest loser in the Star Wars verse. So the fact he needs to lose for character development in his own show, to me, it doesn't make sense, and that's not me going against this guy's opinion and saying it's wrong. You're allowed to say your mind, to speak your truth, but I don't get that. I don't get that at all. He does not need to lose this fight in this show to gain any sort of character development. We know where Maul is. Maul has lost plenty in his character arc. In the Clone Wars, in Rebels, in live action, he's lost plenty of fights. I don't think him losing again is actually needed at this point. He's supposed to be a warrior, and to be honest, at this point to me now, he's becoming a bit of a laughingstock. Like, I don't really have much more to say than that. How can a character that's supposed to be so feared and so ferocious lose so many fights to characters that aren't necessarily even near his level, and actually lose some because he's toying with them? I actually think he probably would have beaten Marok and 11th brother. I think it's the 11th brother, if he had a functional leg, but obviously they exploited that. And a 2v1 is a mismatch as it is anyway, but this is Darth Maul. You know, this is a fight that he should have been nowhere near losing in the first place, and I think it's obscene to even say that he should lose this fight. I think it's absurd to say that Darth Maul should even lose this fight. It's arguably a bread and butter fight for him against two people that in Rebels he slaughters. He slaughters his fifth sister and fifth brother. He absolutely destroys them both. So I don't know why he can't beat Marok and the like crow guy in this. I mean, there is a theory going around that they're both dead and Maul does kill them both, which I get on board with because obviously the deflation of his head in Tales of the Jedi, that being the crow guy, is odd. And obviously Marok is used to, has Night Sister magic in him, and we all know Morgan Elsbeth is a Night Sister, so maybe Maul does kill them both in the next episode and Vader comes. I don't know if I want to see Vader. It would be cool. It would be a cool bit of fan service, but I don't think we need Vader in every project. And I think Vader slams him. If Maul wins that, then I think there's a discussion that they're doing too much and that's plot armor, because Vader at this point in the verse is probably at his strongest. He probably, genuinely, figuratively speaking, would absolutely destroy Maul. And Maul is already, I think, in an inch of his life at the moment. So, look, I think the situation that he's in now in the story is something that I don't think he needs to be in. I feel a bit disappointed. I've loved the show so far, and I'll go into this in more detail when it finishes. I think in this moment in time, he is in a position where I didn't expect him to be in this show, and I don't know how to feel about it. I think he has had a very good run. I think he's been very composed. He's been very characterized very well, and I think it's been the strongest Maul has ever been. But, I felt a bit bummed out. I felt a bit bummed out that he lost to two Inquisitors, and I completely agree with Theory. I think there's no There's no chance that a character with the force power of Darth Maul can't just ragdoll them and wouldn't be able to beat them realistically. I think that's just how it is. I don't see a situation where he beats Vader possibly next week if he loses to both of them. And if that happens, then you're going to feel even more cheesed because of the plot armor then. If he can't beat Inquisitors, how does he beat Vader? That's how we've got to look at it now, I think. I don't even think that's the issue anymore. If he goes and beats Vader next week, that's cheeks. I'm sorry. If he goes and holds his own against Vader next week after losing to 2 Inquisitors that are nowhere near Vader's level, nowhere near the Grand Inquisitor's level, and he manages to hold his own against Vader, I think the show's lost me at that point. Let me know what you guys think of that take overall. I don't think this is even a take he shouldn't have lost, but he better not beat Vader next week if that happens. That's all I'm going to say.